Hello everyone. In today's session, we will deploy a Node.js app on AWS ECR, which is Elastic Container Service and Fargate. And we will discover a step-by-step guide to deploy a robust Node.js app on AWS, which will harness the capabilities of ECS and Fargate for efficient containerized deployment. And in previous session, we have learned how to create an Amazon Elastic Container Service cluster. So these are the table of contents which we are going to learn today. So there are some prerequisites you should know. So you should have an AWS account. So by setting AWS account, if you don't have one yet, you can easily create one and take advantage of the AWS free tier for the first year. And you should have fundamental understanding of AWS, Node.js, image, Docker container creation, along with the familiarity with Elastic Container Service. You will find this fundamental understanding in our previous article. Here you can see the article name. And the third is you need to have an EC2 instance on AWS for installing Node.js and Docker. So let's start implementing Node.js app on Amazon Elastic Container Service. So I have connected my server using the Mobax term tool. So first command you should enter always is to update your system. So type sudo apt update. Here you can see our system has been updated successfully. Now you need to install Docker. So to install the Docker, you need to type sudo apt install docker.io and just type y. After this, just clear the screen and you need to give the permission to the Docker sock file. So just type sudo chmod 666. The Docker sock is located in the where directory, run, and Docker sock. Docker.sock. Now we will install the Node.js. So simply type sudo apt get install Node.js. Now you need to install the Node package manager. Just type -y. Now just type OK. And as you can see, our Node.js has been installed successfully. Now you need to install Node package manager, which will install the Express. So just type sudo npm install Express and save. After this, you need to install the node mod. Now, if you list out, you can see the node modules package.json and package.json file. So the package.json file is used for the dependencies and the structure. Now we will simply create an app.js file and we will edit that app.js file. So simply type sudo nano app.js where we will simply write the app.js program. So here you can see it will import the express.js framework. Then it will create an instance of the Express application. Then it will define a message to be sent as a response, and it will create an API endpoint at the root that will respond with the predefined message. And it will start the application, Express application, listening on the port 3000. And it will output a log message indicating that the app is running on port 3000. So the message will be hello world. This is Node.js in a Docker container. So to save this, just type Ctrl plus X, Shift plus Y and enter. Now we will edit the package.json file. To edit, just type sudo nano package.json. Here you can find the dependencies. Now we will add the dependencies and the name of the app. So in package.json file, you can see the license, dependencies, Express, Node 1 version, the name, Express app, and the main, which is app.js file, and it will start the node app.js. So after to save this, just type Ctrl plus X, Shift plus Y and enter. Now you will initialize the node project. So just type sudo npm init. Just enter the description, git repository keyword, author, and just type yes. Now you will run the npm. And to start, the command is npm run start. So as you can see, our app is running on port 3000. Now we will verify this by entering our IP address with the port number, which is 3000 for our Node.js application. But before that, you need to change the setting, the security group inbound rules of our instance. So to change, just enter into the security. Here you can find the security group. Just click on launch wizard, click on security group ID and edit the inbound rules. And add a rule and just enter 3000 and anywhere. Save the rule. In the instance detail, you can see your public IP. Just copy this and enter in your URL colon with your port number. So here you can see hello world. This is Node.js in a Docker container. So our Node.js message response has been successfully verified. Now we will create a Docker file for our Node.js app. So to create, just type sudo vi Dockerfile. Just press Ctrl plus C and then clear this. Now enter sudo vi Dockerfile. Now in this, now in the Docker file, you can see the latest Node.js image as the base image. Then the work directory, which will set the working directory with the container to app. and it will copy the package.json file from the host to the container app tag. And the run, it will run the npm install that will install the dependencies specified in the package.json file. And after this, it will copy all the rest of the application code from the host. And the npm start will define the default command to run when the container starts. And it will expose on the port 3000, allowing it to map when the container is run. After saving this, just enter escape colon and W to exit. Now we will build a Docker image for our Node.js app. So just copy this command and enter this, which includes sudo docker build -t docker.container.node.js. So this is our container name. So you can give your own name as per your requirement. So as you can see, it is following the library. So as you can see, our image has been created successfully. Now to check, just type Docker images, and here you can find the name of the container, the image ID, and the created time and its size, which is 1.11 GB. Now we will clear this, and now we will run the image. Now, if you want to verify, just type docker ps command. Here you can find the container ID, the image name, and other details such as port and etc. Now we will create a public repository at AWS ECR. So up to this point, we have crafted a Docker image locally and created a container, exposing the port 3000 as the calling site. Now let's replicate the process in AWS Cloud. So we'll start by generating Docker image within the AWS ECR, which is Elastic Container Registry, and with a dedicated image repository where we can effortlessly push and manage our images. So the flexibility allows us to configure the image visibility choosing between public or private. So we will use public repository. So here you can find in services and in search, if you type ECR, here you can get the Elastic Content Registry. Now you need to click this. So after clicking, you need, this is the default page for Amazon Elastic Content Registry. And here you can find the registry, which is private and public. So we are using public. So here you need to create a repository. Visibility setting, currently I am using public. So here you can find the repository name, and now you need to specify your Docker image container name. So run the Docker images command where you can find the name, which is docker.container.node.js. So just copy this repository name and paste here. And the remaining setting keep as it is, as default. So now click on the create repository. So we have successfully created a public repository. So here, click on the repository name. As there is no image, we need to push. So for push, you can view the push command. So here you can see the push command for docker.content.node.js. But before that, you need to install Amazon CLI. So just type install sudo apt install AWS CLI hyphen y. Now just type OK here. So as you can see, our AWS CLI has been installed successfully. Now just type AWS configure and enter your access key and secret key here. So after entering your access key and secret key, press enter. So now you can enter the push command. So after authentication token, now enter this command. So here you can see the login has been succeed. Next command is to build a Docker image using the following. Now we will build the docker.content.node.js. So here you can see it has been successfully built. Now you need to push the image. So just enter the command. So before that, you need to use the command which will complete the tag of your image. So you can push the image to the repository. Now enter the above command for push. So here you can see it will take some time as the file is about 1.11 GB. So it will push the following in the container. So our image has been pushed successfully. Now to verify this, here you can refresh the page and you can find the image. So here you can see the image. So just copy the URI. Now we will now we will enter into the Amazon Elastic Container Service and we will enter that image URI. But before that, you need to create the cluster. So simply create a cluster called as demo Node.js cluster. Use AWS Fargate and then click on create. Now we will create a task definition. So to create task definition, just enter into create new task definition. Just type the task definition family name, which I have given as Node.js task. So you can give as per your requirement. And now here you need to specify the container details. So for name I have taken as Node.js, the image URL you have copied from the ECR public repository. So just copy this and paste in the image URL. Now the container port which we are using is 3000 on port 3000. So it should be accessible on port 3000. Select TCP. Just write your port name for a description. Node.js port name which is 3000 and keep other settings as default. And now create. Now we have successfully created task definition. So click on cluster. Here you can find. Now we will create a service associated with the task definition. So here we have to select the task definition family, which is Node.js task, and we have to mention the service name. So just type Node.js service. And in networking, you should specify your security group. We will create a security group which will specify the port number on 3000. So just type Node.js SG, copy this and enter the security group description. Select type custom TP, port range which is 3000 and source anywhere. You can also use load balancer, but we are currently using the security. So click on create. So it will take a few minutes. Again go to cluster and refresh the page. So here you can see no task running. Refresh the page again. Here you can find now services one. Here you can see the status which is inactive. Now click on the service and click on task. Click on the task. For here you can get the public IP. So now copy this IP and enter in the URL with the port active which is 3000 for our Node.js. So here you can see we have successfully created a Node.js in a Docker container by using Elastic Container Service. So hereby we conclude for today. So in conclusion, this step-by-step guide empowers you to seamlessly establish a powerful Node.js web app on AWS using ECS and Fargate. So by combining containerization and cloud orchestration, we have unlocked a scalable and efficient infrastructure to deploy and manage our Node.js application. So for reference, you can visit the official website of AWS ECS, which is Elastic Container Service, and you can find the related article. Thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content. And feel free to leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments below. To see you in the next video. Thank you.